Hi everyone, Aaron Saracola here, sitting on a Saturday from one of my open houses listings. That's what we do. We sit in open houses and to help sell people's homes, to get traffic in and out. So let's talk about an overview of buying a home. If you call me and say, hey Aaron, we're ready to start buying a home. I'll say, great, love to serve you, can't wait, I'm excited. The first thing we want to do is we want to talk to a lender. Your lender is going to ask you to fill out an application online. He's going to have you pull your W-2s, your previous 2 years tax records. He's going to pull your credit report. All of these things will go into play to seeing where you are financially fit. And if you're financially fit, okay, to the point where he can go ahead and give you a pre-qualification form, then good. I'll get sent that pre-qualification form from your lender and we will start showing homes. Now, if you can't start showing homes now, maybe there's some credit issues that we have to work through. Maybe it'll take you 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. It's okay. At least you know where you're at, and they'll give you a plan in order to help you get to that goal of getting your credit situated so you can go buy a home. Now, once we have the pre-qualification form, you're going to want to sit down and talk to your realtor or over the phone and talk about agency. Agency is a big deal in the state of Arizona. As your realtor, I have a fiduciary responsibility to serve you with obedience, loyalty, discovery, care. Okay, all these things are duties that I will provide to you as a fiduciary client for you and my brokerage. Okay. Second thing, we're going to sit down and talk about a compensation plan as a buyer's agent. Okay, we don't work for free, so we're going to sit down and talk about a percentage or rate or whatever that is. And then once we have that contract in place, then you and I can go and show homes. Now, my goal is to get the seller to pay for the buyer's compensation. So therefore, your goal or our goal together is to not have to pay me in compensation. And that's part of the new rules with the National Association that kind of came down in August 17th of 2024. Kind of works the same way, but now they have a listing agreement set up for sellers. And then they have a buyer broker agreement, a compensation plan specifically for buyers. The process still works the same. We're still going to get the seller to pay for the buyer's agent's compensation, but everything is super transparent, and so everybody's on the same page. All right. So when it comes to real estate, buying a home, there's 3 separate entities that you're typically going to deal with. A lender, okay, your financial guy, your realtor. Your realtor is the resource of all resources. We're going to go take you through the contract period. And then your title company, the escrow company, right? They bring the buyer and seller together to go over all the documents, and they close at title. So 3 separate entities, all right? Now, how long does it take to close on a home? Typically, it's 30 to 45 days. Well, what happens when you submit an offer to the seller? Does it get executed right away? It could. They could want to counter back based on terms, okay? If they counter back and you accept terms, great. We are officially under contract. What happens next? Well, the second thing that happens after you negotiate the contract to get under contract is an inspection period. We want to make sure we inspect your home from top to bottom. We don't want you to buy a home that is falling apart. Maybe the AC doesn't work. Maybe the roof is caving in, okay? Maybe the flooring is buckling or cracking, stuff like that. We want to make sure that you're having a peace of mind walking into that home after you close. And that's why we want to hire an inspector, okay? And then through that, we call that due diligence period, the 10 days. Once you're under contract, we kind of negotiate the repairs, fixes, and replaces, things that come up on that inspection report for the seller, okay? Now, after the inspection period, we want to appraise the home. What's an appraisal? We want to give a value for that home through a third-party agency. So, for example, if you purchase a home that's $350,000 or $400,000, we want to make sure that that value is the value, not just based off what the listing agent said it is. If it comes in at value, perfect. If the appraisal comes in below the list price, then we're going to ask the seller to come down to meet that value, okay? Because we want to make sure you're buying a home that comes in at value and not overpriced. Makes sense, right? Okay, so what happens after that? So we're just kind of marching along through the contract period to where you have underwriting, making sure that all the documentations that you need, okay, and a lot of that's going to come from your lender. And then within the 30, 45 days, then we're signing at title for your financial documents and disclosures and things of that nature. And that's how the process works, kind of from an overview perspective. You're going to need an earnest deposit. So if it's a $400,000 home, I typically will ask my buyers to put up $400,000. $4,000 that goes towards your down payment. You'll need that right off the bat once you go under contract. Second thing is you're going to need about $400 for your inspection, which includes a termite inspection. Okay, in the state of Arizona, termites are normal, and if it's found to have termites, we'll ask the seller to pay for it. No big deal, typically. Okay, so you'll have your inspection that you'll have to come out of pocket, your earnest deposit that comes out of pocket. And then you'll get asked for an appraisal that you'll have to come out of pocket, which is typically around $500. Okay, so those three items you'll need to have right away once you go under contract. So we want to make sure that you're ready for those costs. Now the rest of the down payment, let's say it's 3.5%. FHA first time home buyer scenario, then the rest of that 3.5% will be due at closing. Okay, so you don't have to have it at that very second, but it has to be either seasoned or we have to have an idea of where it's coming from and that you'll have it by the time you're coming towards closing on that home. Okay. I hope that's been helpful from an overview perspective. If you have any clients or any friends, family, relatives that need questions answered, that's why we're here. We're here to help educate you. We're here to connect with you. No question is a dumb question. Trust me, the real estate business changes. It evolves all the time. And we want to make sure that you're properly armed with the right tools moving forward from now until many, many years down the road. Take care. Until next time.